Royals, what's going on? It's your girl Q the Queen here, back with another video. Happy Air Max month, y'all. I know that we have a lot of different distractions going on this month. It's March 2025, okay? A lot of things happening in sneakers, but before we get to the sneakers, if you're watching this, yes, my guys at Michigan will be playing in the Big Ten Championship. They'll be playing on Sunday, okay? So by the time you see this, the game will have happened or be about to happen. So we can't talk outcome just yet, but just know they were not expected to get there, even though they have had a much better season than last season. Okay, not gonna get too far into it. It's really time to make sure we do our due diligence. Okay, so when we think of March, especially in the sneaker world, we don't really have a whole lot of different months that we can dedicate to a silhouette, a classic silhouette at that. So for those who are new to the culture, it is Air Max month. It's been some years since Nike has dedicated creating an innovation in Air Max. In 2025, we have something that we can actually celebrate, and it is the birth child of the Air Max DN. It is the Air Max DN8, and we have to get further into talking about that silhouette and that shoe and that design, especially while we're in March, which is Air Max month. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're liking the content, hit that like button, and if you have any thoughts, comments, concerns, any feedback, hit that comment section, because me and my Royals, we talks about it. Listen, if you recall, some odd years ago, there was this silhouette called the Air Max 96, and in the very recent past, we had the Air Max DN. Nike found a way to go ahead and take the Air Max 96 and take the Air Max DN, put them together, and give us the Air Max DN8, okay? So this shoe right here, it is the Air Max innovation of 2025. Launched, of course, this month for Air Max month. The official colorway is Wolf Gray Metallic Silver, and this is a women's exclusive. Now, while I mentioned that this is definitely a birth child type of shoe, where a classic had a fusion with a recent innovation, dynamic air system, I think it's a better finished product for the Air Max DN, okay? That dynamic air technology, where it once had the 4 air bubbles, it now has all 8 going from heel to toe. As I always thought that the Air Max DN was a very incomplete shoe, this right here is a silhouette to me. It finishes the job. Now, as far as the look, seemingly being in a birth child of the Air Max 96, it's something about 96 where there's slashes. Something about 96 with slashes, man. I can't call it, but, well, with slashes and Air Maxes, I can't call it, y'all let me know, but something to it, okay? A lightweight mesh on the upper. That is, this particular colorway is a silver, of course, so you're gonna have that silver all the way across. Within the slashes, you'll have another breathable type of mesh as well. You'll have a added layer on the toe box, just to give it a little bit of more stability there. You have a heel plate or more stability for the heel, just so you know, with it being a lightweight mesh type of shoe, you kind of need that on both ends to lock in, okay? So you make sure you're not all over the place, your toes and your heel is not wobbly. On the lace system, it's more of a suede sort of texture to it, so it kind of gives it a little less monotony going across the shoe. Of course, you have a shiny swoosh toward the sock liner. The outsole on the toe has a swoosh. I think the shiny portion of the silver definitely makes the shoe pop. Very fitting that it would be a wolf gray and sort of a silver combined colorway. Where that heel plate is, you can see the dynamic air symbol. Going down the tongue, you can see a breathable mesh from the middle down to the bottom of the tongue, and then toward the top, it is that lightweight leather mesh texture with a little bit more padding in it. You can see Air Max in the logo. On the insole, you'll see a flat gray, and you'll also see that dynamic Air Max specific logo. And as mentioned before, you'll have that 8 air bubbles going all the way through the midsole, okay? So that you're able to actually see exposed air on the lateral and medial side of the shoe. Okay, so that those air bubbles go all the way through there. And the midsole is actually a foam texture. You can call it plush foam. And I think that that's a good added touch to it to give it a little bit of extra give, so to speak, especially since you have all of these air bubbles going across. The outsole definitely gives you a more apparent design of how the air bubbles go across. There's a red dot for each bubble. And I think that that kind of gives it a distinct look on the outsole as opposed to just being a gray and clear color blocking. As far as the comfort, when I had the shoe on, I think that it is very apparent that the air bubbles are there. I think the way that they have the outsole designed, you can see it, the air bubbles, like they have their own separate cutout, and you can actually feel that. So you cannot ignore the fact that you have the multiple air pockets under your feet. Now, as far as if it's like a ton of cushion, like if it were, let's say, React, I think the foam portion has a little bit of that to the touch, but generally speaking, it has the firmness of a classic Air Max. So it is not a shoe that I would tell you need to go ahead and do a bunch of walking and running in. This is a casual lifestyle shoe, okay? So do not purchase this shoe if you're looking for a cardio or any sort of training type of shoe. It is not a training shoe, okay? So just so you know, it is comfortable, but it's a firm comfort. As far as the price, you do have to pay $200 for the shoe unless you get it at some point on sale, or if you have an ability to use coupons or anything like that, but you are gonna pay a nice price for it, considering a lot of the other things that we have on the market, what the shoe uses as far as technology, the system, the color, the material, the multiple materials. It doesn't feel like a shoe that should be significantly less than the price point that it is at. So you will be paying what I would consider today a normal price point for the shoe. It is not a inexpensive shoe. All right, so all in all, as somebody who was excited to get my hands on a pair of these when I learned that they would be an Air Max month drop and an Air Max innovation, so to speak, even though, again, in my eyes, there is a fusion involved as it relates to a classic as well as with an innovation mashed together, okay? I am happy with what I found once they were in hand. I'm happy with how they feel. I'm happy with how they look. No problem with what I paid for them. And I definitely intend to have more than one colorway. I really do think that Nike hit it on the head as it relates to just something different and something new. I always get a chance to see, you know, different collabs and different colorways that they like to play with multiple classics from the past, right? But we want to see something new from Nike, right? We always want to see something new from Nike, especially today, because there's so many other new things out there that are outside of this brand, right? To see it from them, to see them actually try, like I said, to me, they hit it on the head. So Air Max DN8 is a hit to me. Hey, don't be surprised if I walk away with multiple, okay? Multiple. I'm calling it now. I'm gonna have 2 pairs minimum. If you are thinking about an Air Max DN8, I do recommend it. There's multiple colors already out, and there'll be more colorways coming. So be on the lookout for the colorway that's for you. But if you are a low cut fan as it relates to sneakers, if you are a runners fan, if you are an Air Max fan, if you are just a sneakerhead in general that you don't care about the brand, you aren't specific to silhouettes, try this out. Try it out. It is, to me, a worthy purchase, okay? Whether you want to pay at retail and try to wait and see if you can get one for cheaper, do what you got to do, but it's worthy to check out, okay? This is not a waste of materials at all. Air Max DN8, we had to go ahead and give it its just due, its full attention. And listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Do you have a pair yet? Are you getting a pair yet? Were you curious about possibly getting a pair? But anyway, that's been enough for me yapping about the Air Max DN8. And listen, it's been another one from your girl Q the Queen. And until next time, royalty.